Open your book to page 193. Today's lesson is to solve polynomial inequalities. So let's go to example 1. So it says find and graph the solution set of x squared is greater than 2 times x plus 4. So what you need to do first is you need to make a right hand side equal to 0. So you can do the factoring, because whenever you have square you have to do factoring, right? So multiply everything out. So you got 2x plus 8, and then move everything to the left hand side. So minus 2x minus 2x minus 8 minus 8. Okay, so you want to make the right hand side equal to 0 so you can do factoring. So you got x squared minus 2x minus 8 is greater than 0. Then you're going to do the factoring just like an equation. Right, so step 1, common factor cannot. Step 2, special factor cannot. Step 3, cube cannot. So you go to step 4, master product. So you can start with 1 comma negative 8, 2 comma negative 4, and so this is it, right? So you're going to do the factoring. So you're going to get plus 2 minus 4. Okay. Now when it's equal, then you got two answers, right? You got negative 2 and 4, right? But with inequalities, it makes things a little bit more complicated because you have different combination possible. So you want a greater than 0 means it's positive, right? That means you have to find all different cases. You can make this positive, right? Positive times positive will give you positive greater than 0. Or you can have this negative and negative, right? Negative times negative is greater than 0. So there are a lot of cases. So instead of doing all this, if you look in the book, you can say both positive, you have to figure all that, or both negative, you have to figure all the cases. So it's very confusing. So there's a very simple way to do this. Okay. So what you do is looking for the critical point, the point where it's going to change from positive to negative. So your critical values are x equal to negative 2 and x equal to 4. Okay. So those are critical values. Those when it's going to change between positive and negative. So the next thing you want to do is you do go and do the number line. So you're going to get negative 2 and 4. And what you're going to do next is that you see this over here. This will give you an open circle. So you're going to be an open circle here. And next you're going to do the graph. The graph's going to look like this. Okay. The reason for that is, okay, you got to remember a little bit about Algebra 1 that I mentioned before, right? This is the x squared. So remember, if you have x to 1 power, the graph's going to look like this, right? And x squared, the graph's going to look like this, right? Every additional power, the graph's going to have one additional direction. So x cubed is going to look like this. X to the 4 is going to look like this. Okay? And x to the 5 is going to go like this, right? See that? So 1, so it'd be 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? Now if you begin with a negative x squared, negative x, your graph is going to go down like this, right? Because negative is going down. Okay. So if you have negative x squared, the graph is going to look like this. Okay? Because this is going to be going down, means negative, right? Negative x cubed is going to go down like this. Okay, if I see that in the comparison, again, if it's positive, it's going to go up. Negative, it's going to go down over here. Negative x to the 4th power is going to go like this, right? Again, whenever it's negative, it's going down. And negative x to the 5 power is going to go like this. Oh, too many. So you can count it, right? Go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? So you got to know the basic shape of the graph. So because this is x squared, so we know it's going to be like that. And it's positive, right? It's positive, so it's going to point up. Okay? That's how we know. So do a quick sketch on the graph like that. Okay, the next thing is you have to do is you have to understand that this whole thing over here, that is y, right? Y is a function of x. So basically you're looking for y greater than 0. That's what that is. So which part is y greater than 0? Okay, well this is your x, and the y is going up this way, right? That's your y, right? So y greater than 0 is this part over here and this part over here. So you have to kind of switch back and forth between x and the y. Okay, so again, you're looking for y greater than 0, so it's this part over here. So now you have to switch back to the x. So what is the x for this part over here that you're looking for? Well, this is going to be x is less than negative 2, or x is greater than 4, and that would be your answer. So this is much easier to do than the one you have to do in the book. Okay, so let's go and do a couple more examples, and we become very clear, and it's become very easy. Okay, so let's go to example 2. So you got t squared plus 5 is less than or equal to 6t. So you can make everything equal to make everything to the left hand side, make right hand side equal to 0. So minus 6t minus 6t. So you got t squared minus 6t plus 5 is less than or equal to 0. Again, you have to have it equal to 0 before you can do factoring. And you have to arrange in order so you can do factoring. So go and do the factoring. So, so step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, negative 6, and 5, right? So you cannot use a 1. 1 is not going to work. So you have to use negative 1, comma, negative 5. So get 2 parentheses. So you're going to get t and a t, right? Break these things down. So you're going to get minus 1, minus 5. So your critical value, okay, I'm going to call it CV. Critical values are t equal to 1 and t equal to 5. Again, that's when it's going to switch between positive and negative. Okay, so you're going to have 1 and 5. So now you're going to do the sketch. So positive, so it's going to have this shape like this. And you're looking for, again, remember this is a y, right? So you're looking for y is less than or equal to 0. So you're looking for this part right over here. Right? It's less than or equal to 0, right? So it's down here. So your answer would be, again, you have to switch back to the x, right? Because, so you're going to have x is less than or equal to 5, greater or equal to 1, and that's your answer. Okay? Okay, again, it's very simple if you understand the technique, right? So, again, don't follow the book. The book math is very complicated. It's much harder to do. Okay, let's go to example 3. So you got 4x is greater than x to the 3 power. So you can let's move everything to the left hand side. So minus x to the 3 minus x to the 3. So you got negative x to the 3 plus 4x is greater than 0. But we don't want to do factoring right now because you got negative in the front. Okay? Do not ever factor with a negative in the beginning. So you need to get rid of the negative. So what you're going to do is you're going to divide everything by negative 1. Okay? So you're going to get x cubed minus 4x. Now, when you divide by negative number, remember to change direction. Right? Remember that? So it's very important. So now you can do factoring. So factor the x. Right? That's your step 1. And then after that, you're going to factor that. So you're going to x plus 2, x minus 2. Is less than 0. So your critical values are x equal to 0, x equal to negative 2, x equal to 2. So now you got 3 points. Now you have to arrange this in order, right? So you're going to get negative 2, 0, and 2, right? Now you're going to graph based on this equation right over here, right? So it's x cubed. So it means it's going to go like this, right? Right, you got 1, 2, 3, right? And then after that, you have to do decide which part, right? Again, you're looking for, see over here, that's the y. So you're looking for y less than 0. So you're looking for this part right over here. You can just do the shading like that, okay? So you're looking for this part and this part. Again, less than 0 is down below. So you're going to get x is less. It's an open circle, right? Because of that. So it'd be less than negative 2, or whenever you have 2 parts, you have to have or, right? But this part, it's going to be 0 less than x less than 2, right? So this is this part over here. This is this part over here. And that's how you do that. Again, it's very simple, okay, very straightforward, okay? So it's not that difficult. Okay, so let's go and do some practice.